Previously, on the Arcanum Genesis. In the top floor of the manor of Lord Winslow, 3 heroes fought with fire and steel to strike down the presumed leader of this group of drow causing chaos in the streets of Solendist. In desperation, Lord Winslow attempted to use the cadence, but it backfired, and he died soon after, aging hundreds of years in mere seconds due to its magic. They fled the manor as it burnt to ashes, leaving behind their first true adversary in its wake. They returned to the magic circle and returned the cadence to Avar before resting for the night. The following morning, Imp went up to meet with Avar, and they spoke briefly before curing his minor vampirism, a painful but short endeavor. They had a brief run-in with Lorelei, the Grand Artificer and third member of the Council of Mages, who had arrived to assist Avar with his missing fingers, and as well as to study the arcane splicer that was used to interfere with her creations, the Clockwork Soldiers. Later on in the week, they went to a local celebration. Once delayed by the city lockdown, the Wayfarers' Festival was being held once again. It was a day full of revelry and light-hearted rivalry, and after losing in all the tournaments they entered, and meeting Zephyr, the speaker and second of the Council of Mages, they said their goodbyes to Aramis, who was returning to Waterkeep. Giving his Ring of Far speech to Imp, he told him to give it to Avar, and he told them all that, if they ever needed help, they knew where to find him. But he had to go, and he had to focus on his duties at the Halls of Eternity. Without any extravagance, he was gone. Later that night, things changed. Imp, Veneria, Amble, you saw something beyond a dream. You saw something that can't be explained. When you regrouped, you had no words. But none needed to be said. The devil, the cat, the dragon. What do you do?
Well, piss.
Roll for piss.
I was about to say, it is the morning, so I would too.
That's how we're starting this session? Just roll for piss?
Roll for piss.
Yeah, love it. Roll for piss, alright.
Okay, have a d20. How'd I do?
You pass.
That's
You have
a pretty...
full bladder.
You succeed. You succeed the piss check.
Hey.
Oh, I do not.
Oh, no.
I missed the bowl.
No, you kind of like slip, and it just goes everywhere.
Oh.
Most of it goes in the bowl, though. You're good.
Oh my god.
Tragic.
Anyways.
Enough of
Shannon
that.
is
Enough
broken
of that.
pee.
Segues are weird.
So segues are weird.
Oh boy.
Who's up?
I guess are we like all out of our rooms, just like
At this
meeting in the
point,
common area?
you've all met in a common area, and are just staring at each other, basically wordlessly.
Oh, fuck, judging by y'all's looks, I'm guessing I'm not the only one that bit of a fucked up dream, eh?
I don't think that was a dream. That, like a vision, maybe? It didn't feel...
It felt more like a prophecy.
What's with all this fucking magic shit? I'm not used to this. I'm
throwing my hands in the air and I'm walking off towards the just the staircase that leads down into the common area.
I'll be back. I want to go see Avar real quick. Give me a moment.
Okay.
And I'm gonna slip off to Avar.
All right.
Then do you have actually like any idea what this might be? I mean, it honestly seems like Winslow might be onto something. there was something about us, but this seems a little, I don't know.
The timing is almost ironic.
Yeah, it's a very big coincidence that all this is happening, especially to us. We never met each other, and then, less than a month, now we're a team, essentially. Now this, this seems weird.
Vin is just sitting there, and she has her middle finger and her thumb on her right hand, just on her eyebrows, and she's slowly sliding them back and forth, pinching and pulling. And she's just like, what the actual hell? Abel, I dream, but I don't really remember my dreams very vividly. I remember everything that happened in that dream.
Well,
we're gonna need to make a move.
But where? That's our
Yeah.
next question.
To be honest, I don't know if there was anywhere specific that it told you to go, but there was something that I was told related to the garden.
Really? 'Cause it showed me home.
It did? It showed you Ironlock?
Yeah, not like I've seen it before either. Not that Ironlock was under attack or anything, but something was coming.
I saw a spire made out of just pure crystal. And the prism's just shining, and I had never seen anything like it before.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything before like that either. I didn't see no spire, no. I mean, there was a skirmish in the sea, and
Was there any specific quote?
to be strong, to never give up.
I was told that a violet is sequestered in the garden. I'm not sure what it meant. But I can't go back there. I mean, if I go back, it kind of throws away everything I've done in the last month.
Well, if that does come down, at least it sounds like we're all going to be there together. So
I'll wait for Imp to get back, and then we'll figure something out.
yeah, that's probably the best, at least for a group effort.
We pull away from Amble and Veneria, look towards Imp, ascending the spiral staircase, and continuing up past the entranceway to the front of the shop, to Avar's chambers. Imp, the door's in front of you.
I'm just gonna give it a little rap with the back of my knuckles. Not too loud, but yeah, just enough to make a bit of noise.
Come in.
I'm gonna open that door, slip in, and just, due to force of habit, just lock that bitch behind me.
You see Avar still in bed, just resting. He's clothed, wearing pajamas, bandaged up still, but he's awake.
Hey,
What is it that brings you here?
well, first of all, how you doing, old man? Hanging in there?
I will be better soon enough. Time is all I need at this point. Thank you for your concern.
Well, you know me, I wouldn't come here if it was just me checking on you. Look, something weird happened last night. I need your insight on it.
Something weird, you say?
I'm gonna kind of scoot over and kind of like just plot myself at the foot of the bed, kind of just looking genuinely a little spooked and concerned. Look, I don't know if I've told you too much about it, but like, I've had weird dreams for a while now, pretty much as far as I can remember. And I had something mighty weird last night. Definitely a lot more weird than I'm used to. Now, if it was just that, I wouldn't really think much of it. But in addition to me having this weird dream where all I can describe it as is just something, this weird being of sorts just talked to me. The other two, Amble and Vin, they had similar dreams.
All three of you.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't really like think much of it if Winslow hadn't said stuff specifically about us three, and I don't know, it does not sit right with me at all. I'm not one for this weird magic shit, so.
Tell me what you saw.
It's a bit foggy, but like, I just remember like not sleeping well at all, and then throwing myself out of bed, and it wasn't my room, it was just this big vacant like expanse. It was like nothing. It was just white and empty, and then I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think. It was just like this thick haze all around me, and then I saw what looked like me, but it wasn't me. It was like this figure, just, it was all blacked out, like it wasn't meant to be there. It was like just this hole punched out in this white void, and it talked to me, and it told me to stick with the other two, and it said something about like revealing itself to me, or knowing my true purpose, like eventually, and eventually I just blacked out, and that's all I can remember. It was just so weird.
I see. You said that it was a void.
Yeah, like just blank, nothing. Not even a horizon, just empty.
Is that how all your dreams are, or is this a new occurrence?
I mean, what few I can remember, really, yeah, there's not much of anything in them. Pretty just blank, empty expanses. This is the first time they're experienced seeing a figure there, like a creature of some sorts.
My boy, I need you to try something for me.
Yeah?
I had the feeling, but just hear me out. I need you to reach out. But not with your body. With your consciousness, your mind.
How do you suppose I
just try it. It's not something that can be explained. It would be instinctual almost. You have to trust me.
Well, alright. I'm gonna kind of just shut my eyes, a bit unsure of what to do, and I guess I'm just gonna concentrate real hard on just the mental image of reaching out to Avar.
You feel, for a while, nothing. No change. It's like you're banging your head against a wall. But then you start getting somewhere. It's like an old wound opening up again. It stings. And for a moment you recoil, but you push through. And that pain slowly subsides. And you feel your mind. You feel Avar's mind. And for a brief moment you're connected. The two of you. What do you do?
I think, like, the second I feel that connection with Avar, I'm gonna kind of, like, tense up. And then just kind of instinctively, like, grip the footboard of the bed. Gonna be like, Avar, this is different. This is different, I don't like this. And I'm gonna try to keep myself from freaking, but it's definitely a new experience. I don't think I'm doing too much.
You hear a response, but not from Avar, from your own mind, in Avar's voice. And in that moment, you realize you didn't speak to Avar. You thought out towards him. And he responds. It is good to see my theory was correct.
Your theory?
I've thought for a while that you might be what is known as an Aetherborn, but I didn't have much to go off of. The dream is very reminiscent of some research that the rest of the council has been doing on other individuals known as Aetherborn.
Well, like, what does this mean for me? What is an Aetherborn?
They are a rare phenomenon originating in the Isgarden and nowhere else in the world. These are people severed from dreams. These are people that, in other words, are more than just themselves. Some theorize reincarnation, but I don't have any way to confirm that. You were born in the Gardens.
Yeah, I was born and raised there. I mean, like, nothing really interesting happened there. It's just, I had a pretty normal, shitty life over there.
Life is anything but normal in the Gardens.
Fuck.
He stands up and puts a hand on your shoulder. This is going to be difficult to get used to.
Shit. Yeah, I just thought I was weird.
I mean, you are, but that's a topic for another time.
Thank you. Damn. So that big white vacant space and that figure that I saw, those are related to me being an Aetherborn?
That is what we've theorized in our studies so far. You are severed from dreams, so your mind can't really show a grand vista or anything like that. It's just empty.
Damn. Well, in that, I guess, not a dream, it told me to stick with the cat and the dragon, and, well, while I'm not really one to trust weird dream demons, I think since the other two had a similar dreams, not dream things, telling pretty much the same thing. Thinking I'm gonna stick with them and see wherever the hell this takes us.
This is a good idea.
Right. Just wanted to get your thoughts on it. See like if I'm in the right for going with them.
I would say you are.
Right.
This brings up an interesting point of discussion. And he pulls out the cadence.
Oh. Yeah?
This is no longer safe in my hands.
Don't tell me you're giving that to me.
This ring was forged in the Aether Woods.
Huh?
It is born of the Aether as you are. I'm going to need you to keep this safe for me.
Fuck. Well, if anyone else in the world was asking me to do that, I'd call them fucking crazy. And don't get me wrong, you definitely are. But I'm gonna take the ring from Avar's hands, but like with both hands, kind of just give his hands a squeeze as I slip the ring out. I like you, and you know, if it weren't for you, I don't think I'd be here. So, you owe me, big man. You owe me.
Of course I do. Keep it safe, keep it secret, keep it on the move. Do not let anyone know that you have it.
Have you met me? You know, a paranoid little bitch? Hell, no one will know it exists.
Good.
Right. Well, this has been an interesting development.
Quite. To think, I've been studying the Aetherborn for so long, and there was one right here in front of me the whole time.
Damn. Well, hopefully I won't be gone too long. If I'm back, I'll let you do any research you want on me. So.
That is not a good idea. You should not let me do that.
You know, that's a good point. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out with the other two. If I get an opportunity, I'll keep you updated on our on what happens. But this thing, I'm gonna kind of flick the ring up and tuck it into one of the myriad pouches I have on my my sash. I'll keep that safe, and yeah, if I don't see you in a while, and I'm just gonna kind of pull Avar into a bit of an awkward but genuine hug. Give him a pat on the back. Just be like, hey, just thank you, big man. I appreciate it.
Of course. And you see on his index finger on his right hand the Ring of Far Speech that Aramis gave you to give to him. If you ever need help, if the need is ever dire, I will do anything I can.
Sure thing. Well,
Gives you a nod.
I'm gonna
Let me
throw
get back to
myself-
resting. I need
Yeah, you
to,
do that. You do
recover.
that.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw myself to my feet and kind of go to the door and lock it.
As you open the door, you see Lorelei standing there with like a toolkit and a bunch of like scrap metal under one arm. She's kind of like, hey, walks in, closes the door behind you.
Well, nap time's over, Avar, and I'm gonna slip out
Perfect.
and go right back down to the friends.
So, Imp, you now have access to all of your Aetherborn abilities.
Hell yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Oh boy. And I guess I can tell the other two. For this is Tao's basically spin on a Kalishtar.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Oh.
here's some cheat code shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I have not been in half. I've not just been a plain old half elf. I went into this with Impy and a Kalishtar.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh. Well,
Wow.
KJ, that's why I said that one time where you and I were just chatting and I mentioned a Kalistar character. That was genuinely me slipping up on him.
Oh, fuck.
I did not mean to reveal that to you.
Oh
I
my
saved
God.
it though, and you did not notice.
No, not even a little bit.
Perfect.
You cheeky boy.
Outstanding move.
I honestly can't believe you just played your boy like that.
Oh man, I feel
Wow.
betrayed.
Heart emoji.
That's fucking dope. Let's fucking do this shit.
All right. So-
when you return, Vin is pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
She's not having a great morning. I don't think any of us are.
Yeah, I'm deep into a breakfast screwdriver again.
What do y'all do?
I'm gonna roll up to those two and be like, well, y'all look about as terrible as I usually feel after I wake up. What's up?
You know what's up.
Yeah, I think you have an idea what's up.
Right. Fun facts. Looks like, me being able not to, sleep well or dream, that's pretty par for the course. Yeah. Talk to Avar. Apparently I'm some weird Aether thing that's born from the Aether Garden. I don't fucking know. I don't get paid enough to care or really
Tau.
understand.
Veneria has no clue what an Aetherborn is.
Understood. Answered the question so quickly.
So,
How?
no.
Amble does not know what an Aetherborn is.
Just had to make sure.
Just clarifying. Okay.
Yep.
Wait,
Perfect.
How does
No,
Orin?
Orin does not know what an Aetherborn is.
My weird dream demon told me to stick with you two. I'm assuming y'all's said the same.
Same Z's. Kind of
Yeah.
wanted to in the first place if I'm being realistic. You ditching out sounded like a gigantic bummer after getting to know you for a month, so... I like you guys, so I'm really not opposed to that in the first place.
You know, normally I'd be... normally I'd be a bit, miffed about all this, because, I just want to fucking steal money and just live as chill of a life as I can, but... Looks like that changed something fierce, so, no use in fighting it. I guess, we're gonna have an interesting life now. I'm gonna sit down at the table, or just pull up a chair backwards, sit down at the table, arms crossed on, like, the head of it. Where the fuck we going?
Actually, I was gonna ask you that, as a matter of fact. I kind of informed Amble. I guess I'll inform you too, because why not? Something's waiting for me in Aether Garden.
Ah.
The thing is, I can't go back.
I'm assuming you got your own demons that live there?
It's not as doom and gloom as one might imagine. It's just, if I go back, then none of this matters.
That's odd, but, if there's any excuse to avoid the Aether Garden, I'll take it, so.
I wish I could give you more, honestly, but I can't.
Fair enough, I won't prod. Amble, what about you?
Well, let me ask you this. If Vin had whatever we had last night told her not to go back to the garden for some reason, did anything tell you what you should do other than stick with us?
Tau, I genuinely forget. Did I get told the specific location of interest? No, I did not. No, I just was told to stick with y'all, and some weird personal revelation stuff will happen eventually. So, whatever that means.
Hooray, destiny!
Apparently.
Yeah, this is kind of a fucked up way to view our destiny, but here we are.
I guess so. Well,
At this point in time, you see a halfling gentleman walk up. Hey, you three, the folks that did in Winslow?
depends who's asking.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a yes. Hands you a letter.
Right, okay, I like you. Well,
Good seeing you.
yeah. I'm gonna
Thank you.
I'm gonna take that
No
letter
problem.
and just kind of sigh, look at the other two, be like, well, if this is destiny, then I guess it's time to become legend. I'm gonna pop that letter open.
God
Imp,
damn it!
What does the letter
Imp,
look like?
hold the phone. Imp, you recognize the halfling as basically the mailman of the Thieves Guild.
Ah, okay.
I was about
The-
ready to ask, is like, how the fuck did just a regular mailman just
yeah,
walk down
yeah,
here?
no, they have their own careers.
They're people too, damn
Well,
it.
it's a nice letter with a red seal on the front, with a depiction of the Icefangs you all recognize in the seal. Imp pops that open, and there you go.
Bonqua.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh,
All right, I guess I'm reading this. No, actually, should I read it or should I just?
Do you want to read it?
Fuck it, I'll go for it. All right, let's see. To whom it may concern, you are cordially invited to the estate of Lord Roderick for a celebratory feast attributing for your actions in Solundus. Word travels fast in these lands, and the tale of three who prevented the Frostborn's conspiracy in the trade city has caught the Lord's attention. Oh boy, okay, so more of them. Jeez, guess we didn't get out
Keep
of
reading, keep reading.
Oh, okay, jeez. Should this letter fall into the correct hands, you would do well to come visit the Serenity Estate and the Icefangs. Lord Roderick wishes to speak long and in depth in regards to your encounters with the Clockwork Soldiers. Being an artificer himself, he's taken a particular interest in safeguarding against further incursions, and any details that could be provided would be greatly beneficial to his research. We eagerly await your arrival, with fine food and drink ready to be prepared. Sincerely, Rowan Humphrey, Squire of Lord Roderick. Okay, so we didn't get out of that estate as smoothly and clandestine as we thought. Great.
and
I don't know if that's a good or a bad. I mean,
That
it
is a
sounds
bad
nice.
thing if you're in my line of work.
how would I have known any of this, like the estates or Lord Roderick or?
You know of noble lords in the Icefangs. You haven't heard the specific name Lord Roderick, but you know that there are nobles and noble houses in the Icefangs. And Imp, you get a feeling that the way the letter was written and how the courier didn't address you by name, they haven't exactly got a beat on you. They just know there are three that took them out. Make an insight check.
Alright. Am I blind? Yes, I am.
17?
17,
That's
yeah.
good. You get the feeling when Aramis gave his report to the town guard, he said that 3 people were helping him, but he did not give names because he understands privacy. You get that vibe.
Alright. Well. Sounds like, I mean, I don't like the... This doesn't seem so, this seems a bit too nice and formal for it not to be a trap, so, I'd say if we go along with this, we be as careful as possible, because...
I mean, duh.
Especially if it's going up to the Icefangs. It's a trip, for sure. So we have plenty in front of us before we even meet Roderick.
How far... I mean, do either of you know how far away they are?
Well, I mean, as far as me being stationed there for a number of years, 2.5 weeks, or no, it's about a... Depending
to
on
give
how
you an
fast we
accurate
wanna
time
go.
frame, with your horses in your wagon, fast speed, traveling with reckless abandon, You're there in 28 days. Normal speed, where you're being somewhat cautious, is 35 days. And if you're being incredibly cautious, it's 46 days.
Yeah, like he said, but I said it.
So about a month, give or take a few weeks.
Depending on our haste. Yes.
Yeah, great.
Well, we have a destination.
I suppose so. I mean, sounds like we got two, and between the two, I don't think either of us, say looking at Vin, want to go back to the garden, so...
I got nothing opposed to that. I'm just a driver at this point.
Fuck it, to the Icefangs, I guess we're going.
Well, let's gather what we need and head on out.
Right.
All right.
So we do gathering montage.
Gathering montage.
Shopping montage.
Is there anything you wanted to get from the city before you left?
I would have to look at my inventory. I'm pretty sure. I have plenty of daggers, so that's good.
We are well stocked on weaponry.
Weaponry.
Should we still bring rations for this long trip?
Have we even been counting rations?
Nope.
I have been buying rations for no intent.
I just have these rations in my inventory,
Dude,
and
Amble has
I'm just gonna call
Goodberry.
them.
We
I'm
never
gonna
have to
call them
worry
the
about
unlimited
rations.
rations. Yeah, we don't have to worry about that shit, man.
Yeah.
I-
Y'all
I-
are beyond rations.
Oh, God.
Alright, well, I'm gonna buy some fantasy jerky for the road then.
Alright. Mark off 2 silver. You have fantasy jerky.
Alright, I'm putting that in my inventory.
Otherwise known as jerky.
Jerky.
That was the thing back then.
Sorry. Fantasy Slim Jim. How about that?
No, Fantasy Slim Jims come out next campaign.
Ah.
Damn it! I'm thinking of the future, that's all.
I have like 30 gold. So
Go
no.
Go hog wild.
Anyone looking to restock their potions or anything? Or just gonna go?
You know what? That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we did burn a lot on Navarre.
Yeah, I think potion game is going to be the game here.
You guys work on that because last time we bought them, they were 50 gold apiece.
Would the guild have its own like shop or possible like potion?
The guild's shop is a jewelry store.
Well, I mean, like, yes, no, that's a front. That's a front.
It's more than just a front for Avar.
Yeah, see,
It's a
so
way of life. Oh. Yeah, I don't suppose the guild would have like provisions of that high quality, huh?
Not healing potion
No.
level now.
I'm assuming I could like slip off in the town and find like some healing.
You know a
potions
potion seller.
easily. Oh,
well,
no.
I was about to say I would want to go with you too. So
What's the strongest potion?
Potion seller.
You go to the potion store.
Yes, and I'm gonna bring an amble with me.
Alright. You both enter this shop, and you see a man behind the counter. He looks at you and says nothing.
I look at him and say nothing.
He stares at you.
I look at him and go, "Hey, we just need to buy some potions."
I'm still looking at him.
Potions, you say?
I'm very much looking at him now. This
I
is
have
weird.
potions.
That would be lovely. If we could just get some.
What kind of potions?
I am still smiling politely at this man, but my brow is furrowed something fierce. Of the healing variety, if you got them.
Healing potions. Very good choice, my friend. That would be 50 gold for one, or 100 gold for two, or if you're feeling adventurous, 150 gold for three. dare I say even, 200 gold for 4. Perhaps, if you're feeling a bit spicy, 250 gold for 5.
I'm just gonna put. I'm sorry, that caught me so off guard. Kip, how many? Kip and KJ, do either of y'all have potions on you?
I
No.
do not.
Okay, so we are just full on dry.
Pretty much.
We are potionless.
I'll cut you a deal.
I like deals.
275 gold for 6.
Imp, should we just like...
You know what? You make a good deal. I'm actually gonna put 275 gold up on that table.
Thank you for your purchase. He takes your gold and waits like a solid 30 seconds and then puts a single potion on the counter. 10 seconds later, puts a second potion on the counter.
Are you like... Is this like made to order, or...
No. Puts a third potion on the counter.
Vin, for the second time, bursts through the door, is like, guys, I found a mantis!
Puts a fourth potion on the counter.
What are you guys doing?
Buying
we're enjoying the show.
potions. Puts a fifth potion on the counter.
Who is this man?
I sell potions. He walks out into the back room,
Oh my god.
comes back with nothing, reaches under the counter, puts a sixth potion on the counter.
Okay, good day, sir. Thank you very much.
As agreed upon, 6 potions of the healing variety.
We're already out the door with all 6.
I'm going to nod and just take the potions, sliding the gold a bit towards him, and be like, "Thank you," and slip out while just kind of muttering under my breath, "Fucking weird." And
Have a good... Door closes.
and when I get a chance, I'm gonna slide 2 potions over to Amble and Vin.
As you're doing that, the door opens.
Hooray!
Day! And then he closes the door again.
Okay.
Is everyone like this in this city?
No, hell no. That is, yeah. He's, yeah. That guy's weird.
Yeah.
You see now the exterior of the shop. There's just like a board nailed above the door, and it just says potions. Just like in black paint. It's not calligraphy or anything, just potions.
Well, with that out of the way, y'all got anything you want to do?
I think I'm already a little weirded out for this city, so I think we should hit the road.
Vin?
Potion seller. I'm... She gives 2 thumbs up.
Perfect.
Do we still have a horse and wagon?
Yeah, you
we
left them
do.
off at a stable. You just
Okay.
have to go recover them. You return
Hooray!
to the stable. And there's an old gnomish gentleman.
Oh no. Does he look familiar?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, hello. I just transferred in from Waterkeep. Good to see you again, Amber.
Oh, yeah.
Amber?
Amber, yes. Don't worry.
Here's your horses.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. Same service like the Waterkeep,
Anytime. Take the wagon, take the horses, go.
huh? Yes, thank you.
Of course. If you ever need horses, remember to come to us.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to Waterkeep now. He just walks away.
Is there anyone else at the stable that I
No.
see?
Is this our stable now?
I'm walking out.
Actually, that makes a good point. Is there any other horses in the stable
Do we
now?
own
No.
this building?
Fuck
This
Destiny.
stable?
Fuck Destiny. We got a stable now, guys.
Yeah, campaign's over. Y'all just quit and be horse tamers.
It's
Campaign over.
ravenous. No.
All right.
She gets in the wagon.
All right.
I'll have
So
to push
Amble-
Orin. I'll have to
Amble-
push Orin back up into the wagon.
You try, and she actually doesn't fit.
Oh, what?
She's grown.
She too big.
What?
I'm gonna upgrade
No!
the wagon.
Uncomfortably large.
She's still baby.
She could fit if no one else sat in the wagon.
Ugh. Well, then what?
Okay, can we like we fit her in and then like use her as just a big comfy couch? Like we all just
could.
like, lie on top.
Remember,
of her.
she does also have the ability to fly now.
But I mean, she's gonna get tired. She's baby.
I mean, the
if
horses
you
are gonna
wanna-
get tired too.
Well, fuck those horses. She's not baby. They're
If
not
you
baby.
want to use Oren as a coach, feel free.
How? Orin is not big enough to let somebody ride on her, is she?
She wouldn't be able to fly and do it, and she's not entirely comfortable with someone riding and moving at the same time. But like, if you just lay on her, it'd be like a weighted blanket for her.
Oh, that's adorable.
Ambo,
Yes.
can I ride your Wyvern?
Wyvern. Wyverns aren't a thing.
Can I ride your dragon?
Wow, you can ride me anytime. No.
She fucking just backhands his ass.
I'm gonna applaud the backhand.
You see the
Wolf.
clouds part, and you see me, Tao, clapping for Amble.
Oh, thanks God.
Just a... Thank you.
Wow,
Can
that
I
was a powerful slap. Ow.
You take the most possible amount of damage in D&D.
69, nice.
Fucking power word kill was in those fingers.
Lamau. Okay.
Anyways.
Y'all managed to get in the wagon somehow comfortably and begin your venture up north towards the Icefangs, leaving Solemnist in the horizon behind you.
Can I say on our way out of the city that I'll turn over to Vin and be like, she needs a little time to kind of get accustomed to a rider. Give it time. You'll be
Just
the
be laying on her in the wagon.
Oh, that's adorable.
There you go. The days are long, but you'll have good company. You make your way north to New Haven, and as you make it to the city, you look off north, and way off in the horizon you can see just the beginnings of the Aether Woods. And even further than that, you see the 5 spires of the Council of Mages, just barely peeking over the horizon. It's a good sight.
Are they like crystal spires? Question mark.
No, they're like towers,
Okay.
like made of stone.
And this is on the approach to New Haven or in New Haven?
This is once you're in New Haven and have like spent a day just in the town. In time, you make your way north, but not to Aether Garden, but in between the mountain range of the Burning Heights. It's unsettling. But at this point, most things that are dangerous have learned to avoid the roads. So you manage to make it to Bowerstone with no problems. Although
Can
with the
I-
occasional wyvern or fire elemental visible in the far distance. You're saying, Amble?
That when we're passing out through New Haven or even Bowerstone now at this point, would I be able to see any like guards or clockwork soldiers or anything like that?
You'd see on occasion. They're a lot less common, at least the clockwork soldiers, in the smaller towns, but there are like a few.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll keep going.
Okay. You find your way into Bowerstone, stopping at a nearby inn for the night. It's quaint. There's a lot of craftsmen, a lot of metalworking, which is annoying because you get woken up in the early hours by the sound of hammering metal, but part of the experience of Bowerstone.
Of course.
That's literally like what they say for like the travel. Bowerstone, get woken up by our local industry.
Perfect.
Vin, at one point in time, would probably stand near the east gate out of Bowerstone and just kind of stare down the road.
And down the road you see, far off in the distance, the beginnings of the Aetherwoods. And again past that, the spires of the Council of Mages over the horizon.
When would Vin be doing this, KJ?
Honestly, probably during the evening of the first night that we stayed there.
I'd say Imp is probably actually gonna kind of do the same, but like just from a like kind of behind her, just kind of reclining against the side of like maybe a stone like gate that's leading out to the town. You're not fond of home either?
I know that I'm going to have to go back eventually, but I'm not ready quite yet.
I certainly don't blame you. I left there with full-on intents of never coming back. Going back, but damn. Knowing or seeing how this little trip's going, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have to end up back there eventually.
Probably one more time.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I'm gonna,
But
as I say, I'm gonna kind of like go quiet and stare past Vin into the woods, just very clearly like just lost in thought.
she's pretty much in the same. She's homesick. But like she said, she's not ready to go back yet.
She's homesick, but she's sick of home.
That's a great way of putting it.
You all spend the late hours of the night gazing off into the distance as the sun sets before resting. Shortly after, traveling north towards Marfall once again. It's a simple town. But at this time of year, you start to see specks of light slowly drift down from the sky.
Vin, you wanted to see snow?
Huh?
Remember back from Waterkeep, you were talking about snow and everything, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, where we're going, you're gonna see plenty of it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Icefangs, kind of a giveaway, but
Yeah. Well, it tends to get a little cold up north, up here.
Great. Bundling up in my cloak already.
can I invest in a new, bigger coat?
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, we're in Mirefall. We might as well look around. I'm sure.
Can I look for a winter coat?
You find a tailor.
Just grow out your fur.
Just
You
some
find-
long hair.
You find a tailor, and you open the door. Yes, hello.
Oh no, it's you again.
Me again.
Okay, touche. I may have jumped the gun. You sounded very similar to someone I know. Hi, can you help me make something?
Is it clothes?
Yes?
Then yes. And you see it's this old human lady around, has to be in her late 70s.
My god, I was way off track. I could not have been further off track if I tried. I made a terrible mistake. I request from her a simple coat. to help me breathe the cold north.
Are you sure you need this? You kind of have a coat already, like attached to you?
It's not as effective as you would think.
That's fair. Yeah, just stand up here. I need to get some measurements. Oh, goodness, you're tall. I've never made a coat for someone this tall before. Alright.
God damn it.
After a short while, she makes measurements, and for a gold piece, she can make you a finely crafted winter coat.
Hell yeah. Definitely.
Takes about a day to finish, but it is expertly made.
Does she gain an AC point for that coat?
Nope.
Nope.
You just are now able to enter cold environments without being kind of chilly.
She is wearing robes and a heavy coat. Cool.
That's a look. I actually want to find a tailor myself.
You find the same tailor.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Would you happen to make cloaks at this store?
I can make anything you want me to make as long as it's clothes.
I like that. Could you do something like this? I'm gonna kind of like bring my normal blue cloak around my like front of me, but with like make it in a way that I could like invert it, like if it has one color on one side and one on the other.
That'd be easy enough. What color did you want?
If you could do something like this, just this black dark navy color. I'm gonna kind of just remove the cloak and sort of present it to the lady. But if you could do,
You want the same color on both sides, or do you want a new coat? I'm confused.
I'm just showing you. I'd like something like that on one side, and I'd like the other side to be white.
Alright, I can do that.
Thank you.
Give me one day and stand on this block. I need to take some measurements. Oh, I haven't made a cloak for someone so short before.
I'm going to immediately like just stepping up at that. Alright, okay.
She takes your measurements.
Very seriously.
And after
Words
a short...
hurt, you know.
I mean... 2 in one day, that's crazy.
New record.
New records. And you get a very finely crafted cloak for 1 gold piece that has navy blue on one side and can be inverted to be white on the other. I know what you're trying to do, hiding the snowhead ass.
Bingo. Look,
I guess
I gotta be the sneaky stabby kind of guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I respect it. I respect the hustle.
Tau.
No,
What is
no
my
Veneria does not know what Aetherborn is.
No. What does the coat look like?
I mean, picture like just a standard coat with like a fluffy furred collar.
Cool.
That's adorable.
With kind of like also fluffed cuffs for the sleeve end,
The coat is white, the fluffs are black.
and it goes down right before the knees.
Nice.
Wait, so you're telling me it's not a poofy Gucci jacket?
No.
No, that's horrible.
It's like this. If you check memes, that's what Ben got.
No. Actually die.
Ah, great.
Okay, Shad, 1 sec.
Oh no. He's rolling for instant death.
You take
You've angered God.
45 force damage.
Oh, I'm dead.
Alright, Shad, roll new character.
Okay.
Christ in the paste.
No. I gave him a good berry, so he's down back up to 1.
Oh my god.
Okay, Amble, you take...
Remedy.
77 force damage.
Ouch! Can I force feed myself a good berry?
Not
Hell
from
no.
the grave.
Anyways.
Alright, enough shenanigans. You now prepared for the cold, Amble being literally born ready. You all head north once again,
Hell yeah.
with your next destination being the Icefangs. It's a pleasant trip, and you haven't quite hit the parts where it's all snow yet, but it is consistently falling and melting before it can really stick. You all get ready to bed down for the night, but then you decide to keep going a little bit longer. So just get a bit of extra distance before you bed down. Not quite ready to sleep yet. And in the night sky, you see a couple shooting stars whiz past. Really bright ones. Surprisingly bright. As one begins to get bigger and closer.
Guys.
That's not normal.
As you all see behind you, as it zooms overhead, and you can see now it is low to the ground.
Oh, fuck.
And you just see it whiz over a tree line and then crash off in the distance where you can't see, but you see this plume of smoke begin to billow.
Well, I'm scuttling off to see that.
What do y'all do?
I'm going after that big rock.
I'm scuttling.
Got it. All right. Let's go, Orin.
Alright. Let me readjust. So you all rush, following this massive meteor that just crashed. It doesn't take you long to get to the crash site. It takes around, 30 minutes. And as you get there, you see this big clearing, and in the center, this massive plume of flame just billowing up. But you see figures silhouetted in the distance. 5 of them, and they're rushing towards it. What do you do?
Do they see us yet?
You can't tell.
Huh.
It looks like we aren't the only ones to see that big thing. Not surprising. Alright, look, listen, you two. I'm gonna kind of nudge the both of them down into the bushes a little bit.
Got that.
And then just, like, peering over, just seeing what happens with these mysterious figures.
You see, at this point, 2 of them standing a good distance away, and 3 others, which looks like some sort of tools, are actually rushing in and dodging in between the flames.
The hell are they doing?
You see the 2 are just communicating back and forth, but it's way too far to actually understand what they're saying, or even hear them for that matter. The sound and crackling of the fire overwhelming any speech that they could be exchanging.
Is there anything between us and them, I guess?
An open field. They're around 100 feet away. What do y'all do?
Do you think we're being overly cautious about this?
A little bit. This is a little weird.
I mean, if y'all want to run in there and go say hello and be my guest.
I mean, I have a spell that we can try to get as close as we can without them noticing.
I like the sound of that.
You want to try that then?
Fuck it, let's go for it.
So, I'm gonna kind of, I guess, like, think a little deeply and just kind of pick up a little dirt on the floor and then throw it up, and then it's gonna be a little pass without a trace.
Hell yeah, dude. Alright. Everyone roll stealth checks and add plus 10.
Damn. That's a 22.
22.
35.
35.
Ooh,
And 23.
23.
Plus 2, so.
Yeah, so roll for Oren plus 10.
Oh no.
20.
20.
Still average above 20, that's impeccable. So you'll manage to get right up behind them without them even noticing. And here, I have a little bit of a visual for y'all.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh boy!
Yikes.
That's big. Oh
Here, allow me
no.
to...
Baby's big.
do
Ah!
this properly.
Oh, it's one of those fucking. Oh. See the token.
Yeah, Oren is now a size large.
Oh, she's big, baby.
Oren,
Big baby!
around halfway through your travels, Oren had to leave the wagon. Has been flying to follow with you all. She is now too big for the wagon.
Oh, baby.
Woof. Well, friends.
What do y'all do?
And they grow quick. Now that we're closer, can we get like a better visual of what they're doing specifically, or like what these figures
The
look like?
three that ran in, you can't see; they're obscured by the flames. The other two, they just seem to be like talking back and forth and like shouting orders out towards them. Nothing in particular, just explaining, like, hey, over there, get that one, so on and so forth, stuff like that. What do y'all do?
Do you think we should try to catch one of them to see what the fuck's going on?
They no need to be rude about it. Don't seem like they're hostile, but you know, if shit goes south, I don't want to be the one caught in the crossfire.
They haven't noticed you, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We could shoot first, ask questions later.
What do y'all do?
I mean, do you want to do that?
Only if everyone's on board.
Everyone make another stealth
Kind-
check.
Okay.
Remember, we're still plus 10.
27.
28.
I think y'all are good, yeah.
31.
Oh,
It's fine, the average is still really high.
Yeah.
So what do y'all
oh,
do?
I would say baby is still like, she sees out all this and she's like, ah, ah. I'm like, no, shh.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna just put a hand on Amel's back. You want to go say hello? Be my guest.
All right. Just be ready.
I'll back you up.
So I'm gonna bring Orin up with me because that's intimidating process. And then I don't know. Should I get any closer?
What do you do?
I mean, I'm with Orin beside me. I'm gonna yell out to him. We'd be like, "Hey!"
They both turn and immediately look at each other and give a panicked look.
No.
And what?
I was gonna say no need to get startled. We're just wanna know what's going on. What was that fell out of the sky? Like what's
Be
going
gone.
on here? Why?
Leave.
You still didn't answer. Why?
I don't need to answer. Leave.
Well, I think you're gonna have to.
He draws his sword. Shing. The other
Well?
one, shing, draws his sword as well.
Well, Orin, would you want to greet them?
This sucks. I cast fly.
That's new.
As you gesture to Oren, they both look towards the wyvern, unfazed by it, and growl at you with fanged teeth.
Ah, it's one of these fuckers.
I need y'all to roll initiative.
Ah.
I
fucking
knew
figured.
it. I'm airborne.
19.17. Oh boy.
16.1.
Damn. Come on, let's go, Orin. 16. Let's go. Oh no.
Did my thing not get put in?
1 second. It didn't. Neither did Veneria's.
Heh.
Yo, tokens.
Admittedly, I still don't know how to like roll initiative from the token.
You just gotta click the token and then roll.
You just select the token and then click the initiative button.
Yeah. But I clicked the token. Oh, wait.
It's because
No,
I
no,
already
no.
added your thing to initiative and fixed it already.
Oh, and
I
I
broke
rolled. Fuck me. The initiative was so much better.
Alright. starting off. First, let me get the appropriate music going.
Ah!
Alright,
Now it's Fire Emblem.
this is not Fire Emblem. You see, rushing around as they both turn and shout orders out towards the three figures silhouetted in the flames. One of them rushes up top here, and holding what looks like a hand crossbow, just points out towards you, Amble, and takes a shot. That is a 12 to hit.
Yeah, that's a complete miss, bitch.
And they're going to dart back behind the flames.
Well, that's cute.
Imp, it's your turn.
Well, that went about as well as I expected. I'm gonna let's see, what is the distance? Oh, not that. Alright, so about 25 feet away. Throwing weapon range is 20 feet, right?
20 feet normal, 60 feet
Yeah.
disadvantage.
And I'm gonna just scoot a little closer. Oh, I don't want to draw on the fucking map. Oopsies.
I'll fix that, don't worry.
Okay. Scoot like just 5 feet closer, and I'm gonna flick a knife into existence with my gauntlet bracelets thing.
Bracelets of flying daggers.
Yes, those. And I'm just gonna go for 2 throws into the leftmost individual.
Go for it. Make those attack rolls.
Boy, no sneak.
No
attack.
sneak attack on these.
Yeah, no. Alright, let's go with 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
6 damage.
As the dagger impacts directly into its chest and it staggers back before it vanishes away.
Follow up with a 13.
Oh, I need to check, actually. That misses, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think it would hit.
So the second one, he darts over to the side and dodges out of the way. Do you do anything else?
I am gonna scoot behind the big wyvern.
Alright. So now the Thrall's turn again. This one's going to run up here, pull out hand crossbow, point it towards Imp and take a shot.
Oh, but I'm behind them. Does Orin count as cover?
No.
Darn.
That is a 15 to hit.
Let me check actually real quick. I don't think that it does not hit.
So you manage to just barely sidestep and it just whizzes right past you and Oren. And now it is this boy's turn. He's going to run directly for you, Amble, sword drawn, and take their attacks.
Come at me, bro.
Slices out with his sword for a 17 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
So you take 6 slashing damage as it carves down across you, and then as you're recoiling, it plants a hand on your shoulder and then lunges in for a bite.
Oh, okay. Come at me, bro.
You're lucky, that is a 10 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him off, bitch.
You just grab with one hand onto his forehead and just start pushing him back. Veneria, it's your turn, you're flying. What do you do?
Oh boy.
I have the high ground now.
Yeah. How do I do it? Bring it here. Tao.
Yep.
How do I draw things out onto the map?
Why do you need to draw?
Or pull... I'm trying to remember the name. The templates.
Oh, you're trying to cast Fireball.
I sure am.
You go to the templates folder, and then drag the Fireball out onto the map.
There it is. Boom.
Well, you
My
can probably
everything just changed once.
Where
probably-
is Imp right now? I can't see his token.
Behind
Move the initiative
Orin.
tracker. Just move the initiative tracker, you'll be fine.
That's weird. When I zoom out, it cuts off portions of the map. Huh. Now I
does
can
that
see him. That's
sometimes.
fine. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna fucking cast it in this area. Like, right next to where Amble is, and see if I can't hit 3 dudes.
Alright, you definitely cast Fireball.
More fire.
Let's see here. Alright, dexterity saving throws. That would be a 17 for the first boy.
Okay.
The one in front of Ambles, that's a pass. A 15 for the thrall.
Meets equals beats.
Alright, and the last boy, that is a 5.
Ooh.
Nope. So 14, either 13 or 14. Do you round up or down?
Always round down on damage. So 13
Okay.
for those who passed, and then the full 27 on the other guy. So let's see. Alright, and then 13. And 13. Alright. The two managed to shrug off the majority of the blast, but the other guy stumbles back and actually steps into the flames of the meteor that just crashed, and he's just not having a good time with it.
What
It's
a
Oren's
shame.
turn.
Now,
Kip?
yeah, I'm trying to think what Orin would do. Now, would you say, like, all the fire behind these two guys? I don't know if I can ping or whatever. But if Orin was able to, like, kind of lash out a tail attack, since I'm pretty sure it has, like, a range of 10 feet or something like that?
Yep.
Wow.
Would she be able to use that attack as more of, like, a push rather than an actual straight-up attack? 'Cause
For a push, they'd have to get within 5 feet.
Yeah, because essentially, she would move up. So I think right about there is where she can, and then push these two into the fire.
If you want to try, you could push one of them 5 feet, but you have to be within 5 feet of them.
No, never mind. I'm gonna fucking grab. Yes, I am. She is gonna grab the one in front of me and gonna give him for a little flight into fucking this fire back here.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know.
I think he's trying to pick him up and drop him in the fire.
Yes.
That would be a contested grapple check.
You know what? Fine. She's
You,
just
you
gonna...
can't just pick people up.
I mean, to be fair, she is super strong, so she probably
she's
could.
big baby. Nah, I think she's gonna get up here and just go for a bite. Big old
Alright.
chompers.
Go for it.
Baby, and for a bite.
Definitely
26.
hits. Hold on. It's hard. One sec, I need to move my keyboard forward. Can't type. There we go, that's better. Okay. Yeah, Oren lunges forward and bites right into this dude's shoulder, and he just goes and recoils from it. Not having a good time. And at that, it is your turn.
Good, because I'm gonna pull out my sword and just fucking stab the fucker. Eye
Go
for an
for
eye. Yeah, and I don't have to do my modifier thing, so... Ha!
Definitely
Alright.
hits. And you have an extra attack.
Oh, yeah, I do. So I guess I'm gonna go in for another attack.
Swing, bada bada.
25.
Both hit, yeah. As you just... Two quick lunging attacks, you just pierce straight into his chest twice. Blows that you know kill most men. He's still up. You are
How?
concerned.
Jesus.
It's almost
You
like they're
gotta-
vampires. Whoa!
You gotta cut their heads off.
At that, it is now this boy's turn. Who is going to rush over, get around here, level their ranged weapon attack, and make a shot. Oh, that die went out of the tray. That is a 17 to hit
4.
against
Who?
you.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Okay, you take... low roll. 4 piercing damage. As it just grazes past you.
Ha.
But now
I
it is
mean-
this boy's turn. who, not being happy that a fireball just happened, is going to run past, get over to here, not quite get to Veneria, so they're going to take out their crossbow and shoot her.
Would they be at a disadvantage?
Why?
Because I'm in the air.
No?
Would it be hard to hit a target who was airborne?
Would I be able to make an opportunity attack because he's literally right in front of me and making
No.
this attack?
That's not how
Damn
attacks work. Flying does not give disadvantage on all attack rolls against you.
Fair enough.
If it was a thrown weapon, maybe, but like crossbows
Not
can go
even.
pretty far.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good
So,
point.
That would be a 17 to hit.
Definitely.
Alright. You take... Ooh, that's a high roll. 9 piercing.
Ow, mean.
I need you to make a concentration check on Fly.
Okay. How the hell do I do that?
Constitution saving throw.
Ah, right.
The DC is 10.
Uh-oh.
5.
Oh.
So, how high up were you?
Like 30 feet.
Oh no!
I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Okay. 7.
You're hurting that flare now.
So you fall and take 6 bludgeoning damage
Ow.
as you land square on your back and are prone.
Ooh.
Ow. I have 3 temp HP.
You're right, that was all your ward.
Okay. This is actually
War's
fine.
just taking the shots, just like, ah!
So you're not prone. Okay. And then
Dangus.
with its extra attack, it's going to make a bite attack on Amble.
For real?
Yes. That is a 23 to hit.
Ouch! Can I say that misses?
You certainly can, but that won't change the result of it hitting. You take 6 piercing damage
Alright.
and 6 necrotic damage.
Ouch!
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, your
All
turn.
right. Oh god!
Oof.
Amble,
Yikes.
That's a hard 2. Ow.
Your-
Well, welcome to...
your max HP is reduced by 6.
Ouch.
You cannot heal that 6 HP.
Ugh.
You don't know how long that's going to last. But that's its turn.
You
Now
said
it's this
6,
boy's
right?
turn. 6, yeah.
Uh,
This boy is going to pop around, flank his friend, and then take a shot at Amble.
Damn.
God.
They're the closest.
They do not like you, Amble.
That's a 20 to hit. And yeah, he was talking a lot of shit.
I was trying not to.
They rolled minimum, so you take 4 piercing.
Oh boy, I'm still trying to write all this stuff.
Imp, it's your turn.
Shit.
You
Okay,
said that was
so
a 4, right?
Yes, 4 piercing.
Ow.
here's a question, Tao. If I wanted to use Mind Link, would that be an action, or could I use it as a bonus action?
Put it in the chat.
It doesn't say, but yeah, I'll drop that in there. That's not what I meant to click. Whoopsies.
No, you can just speak.
That's not an action.
Nope.
Okay.
Unless
I
you
would-
want to do like an entire like paragraph.
No. I would like to first I want to kind of get behind Orin. I want to mind link, or at least attempt to the guy that is directly to the right of Amble, like straight to the right.
Yep.
I want to try to get in his head and just be like, "Hey mate, behind you." Let's see what that does.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Fuck. Deception. Oh, it's charisma based. Shoot. That's a 2. Never mind.
Ouch!
You see him look confused.
Okay. Well, I tried. I was just trying to distract him.
So I'm gonna instead vault a little bit over Orin and just go for 2 more daggers right into this guy.
Go for it. You have sneak attack if
I
you
would
like.
have sneak attack, okay. Oh, okay, so I didn't need to distract him to get the sneak attack. Neat. That's what I was going for, but alas.
Because you have an ally within 5 feet of them.
Okay, cool. First one is...
A miss.
12, okay, and... Number 2 is not sneak attack, or is it?
It's sneak attack for the first hit you make that round, so
Okay.
it can sneak attack if you hit the next one.
Okay. Next one's 24.
Oh, definitely hits.
That's a lot of damage. That is 23 damage.
Yeah. So he looks confused and like almost turns around, and as you vault over and just conjure a dagger, throw it, conjure another one, throw it, the first one whizzes past and he looks towards you, the second one straight into his eye, and he just collapses backwards. Dead.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll back off Orin. Back to where it was.
Alright. It's now this boy's turn. Going to run up to aid the boy,
Back off, bitch!
and immediately goes in for a bite attack.
Ah,
That is a 13 to hit.
that misses.
Alright.
Fuck off.
Now it's the dead guy's turn. Veneria, your turn.
Good move, good move.
I'm gonna get the fuck up.
You are now standing up.
Cool. I'm gonna take a look at the guy who's north of me. Well, both of them are. The guy on the left side. I'm gonna Scorching Ray his ass.
Which one?
The one on the left to the north. Yeah, the one who's getting pinged.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ping.
16, 18, 18.
All hits.
Nice.
Grand total of 15 damage.
Not bad. You see all 3 slam into them and they stagger back, but they're still standing.
Heck.
Oren's turn.
Tao.
Unless you want to move.
I can't remember if you told me or not. Can I use shield as a bonus action?
Shield is a reaction against an attack that hits you.
Fair enough. I will keep that in mind.
Reading spells is useful.
You're correct. I'll see myself out.
Oren's turn.
Alright, she's gonna leap up in the air and start flying. And then
All right.
kind of move up this way and then tail attack the guy.
Wait, no, my cover!
Gonna tail attack the guy in front of me.
Which one?
The not handsome one.
Okay. How high up are you flying? Like, do you leave their attack range?
Yeah.
Okay, they will take an op attack.
Oh, okay. Try.
Natural 20.
Misses.
So Oren takes 9 piercing damage.
Okay. Okay, because I'm sure she's gonna deal that back by, ha-cha-cha, stinger.
That hits.
18.
I would say roll the minor poison damage, but haha, they're undead.
Haha. Still.
Alright, yeah, that hits. As from the air, you see the tail whip down and just pierce into the square of their back. And I just kind of turn angrily towards Oren, who's now in the air. Amble, it's your turn.
He's not looking at me now, is he? So I can get advantage? Wink wonk?
No,
You just said. But
that's not how combat works, dude.
But with Revised Ranger, I've completely forgot about coordinated attacks. So when I use an attack on my turn, if my companion can see me, it can use a reaction to make a melee attack.
Yeah.
So would that be for both attacks possibly? Or just
Oren
one?
has 1 reaction.
Okay. So I'm gonna slash the ugly guy.
Alright.
That's a good 20.
That hits.
And then I would imagine she's gonna come down with a claw.
Go for it.
So, boop. 23.
Yeah, that claw does it. As you stab forward and lift the vampire thrall up off the ground into Oren's claws as they tear in to the shoulders and just rip the torso off
Nice.
in half, where your blade's sticking in, the lower half falls, and Oren's just gripping onto the top part and just tosses it into the flames.
God.
Holy
All right.
shit.
That's
Fuck
pretty
yeah.
That's pretty sick. So my second attack, I'm gonna come back down after, like shish kebabbing that ugly guy,
Delivering the vampire to Oren. Yeah.
which- yeah, basically, I'm gonna bring my short sword down to the handsome number 2. Ugh, 16.
That just hits.
Ooh, all right.
So 8 damage. Nice. You managed to slash across the dude. Still up. Still looking good, but a bit bloodied.
Haha.
It's now this boy's turn. They're going to rush forward, seeing some crazy magic stuff happen. They're going to use their action to dash, and then use their frenzy to use their bonus action to make a bite. On Vin.
I'm going to pop shield.
Well, yeah, we need to see if they hit first.
Ah!
16 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, you can now use shield.
Cool. Now they don't.
Alright, so they go to bite, and you just basically hold your hand out towards them, and it's scary because your hand, part of it actually goes into their mouth, but this arcane barrier is just stopping them from biting down. And you're just pushing them back with magic.
Yike! No touch. Bad touch.
Now it's this boy's turn, who's going to jump, run forward, jump off your shoulder, Amble, and make an attack on Oren.
What?
Because they had to get low enough to make that claw attack.
Ouch.
That is a 20 to hit Oren.
Yeah, that hits.
Oren takes 9 piercing,
All right.
and they're going to grab on and make a bite.
On Oren?
Yep.
Ah,
That's a 23 to hit.
what the fuck?
Oren takes 6 piercing and 7 necrotic, and Oren needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
At least she's a better than I am. 13.
Oren is fine.
Ah, thank God. I was gonna cry.
That's that one's turn. This one, seeing as their friend just rushed forward, still kind of being on fire, moves forward and is going to shoot at Veneria.
Ah.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yes.
You take 7 piercing.
Oof. My arcane ward shatters.
You see the shower of arcane sparks around Veneria as this bolt penetrates through and sticks into her. Not as much of an impact as you'd expect, though. Seemingly the ward did prevent some of it.
You said it did how much?
A total of 7. So how much
Okay.
HP did your ward have?
3 left.
So you take 4.
Yep, I'm at 39.
Imp, it's your turn.
Fuck, alright. I'm going to scoot over to here. Oh, let me go back to the thing. Scoot over to here, but giving this guy a wide berth so he doesn't get an attack on me.
Yep.
And just trying to stay out of his line of sight so that way I can get his back to me. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna just go for 2 strikes into its back.
Alright, you have advantage because you're flanking.
Yep. And sneak attack. Oh boy.
Come on, natural 20. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh no. That's a
You just
9.
rolled damage.
Oh wait. Whoopsies.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Sorry, wrong thing.
You silly boy!
Not much better. 12.
So that first one is a miss.
There's your natural 20.
I
There
called
we
it.
go.
I called
That's
it.
more like it.
That is 26 to hit and 24 32 damage.
Imp, you fought these ones before. You know what works.
Knife.
Right in the
You
neck.
grab him by the back of the head, and then just... And they go limp.
Alright. It's 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was.
So you have 10 more feet.
10 more feet? Alright. Hold on, let me. Sure, I can do something real quick. Let's see. I'd you like to, let's see.
Hide.
I'd actually like to use my bonus action to dash.
You used it to make your attack.
Oh, that's
No?
right. Second attack is a bonus
Oh.
action. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Apologies. Okay. So I have 10 feet left?
Yes.
Okay. Then, I'll scoot over here.
Alright.
And that should be
This guy is his turn. He's dead. Veneria, your turn.
my favorite turn.
Okay.
Stepping over the dead guy.
I'm gonna cast haste on Amble.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. So, to describe the experience, Amble, you witness time itself begin to slow, but you retain your perception, and you watch the flames begin to move in slow motion, and you watch as what snow was falling. You can see the individual snowflakes in the air as they tumble slowly.
This.
You have +2 to your armor class, double your movement speed, and an additional action each turn that you can use to dash, disengage, hide, or make a single weapon attack.
Oh. Damn.
Yep.
Okay. This is weird. Not gonna lie.
Also, I'm gonna move back 10 feet.
Alright,
Yeah.
it's Oren's turn.
Oren gotten chomped. I'm sure she's not happy about that. So
No.
she's gonna be like, you know what? I'll show you a bite too.
Definitely hits.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a big bite, but the dude's still standing.
Not for long.
Oh, Amble, it's your turn.
So with my bullet speed at this point now,
Yeah.
I I feel like I would probably step over the dead guy here. Even though my token gets hidden now. Oh, there we go. Thank you. So, I would step over the dead guy.
You're standing on a dead guy.
I am standing on a dead guy. It is
Good
fine.
job.
This is fine.
This is
Everything
fine.
is
We're all fine here.
Dude.
How are you?
I'm gonna try another skewer sword attack. Ooh, that don't work.
As you thrust forward, you're not quite used to this increase in speed, and you just go way past them.
Oh god. Alright, well, I have 2 more. 24
That hits.
and 26.
How do you want to do this?
Alright. Well, I was gonna have Oren do that one. So, as I skewer him, I would, as his other buddy that I just did, I would bring him up. And Oren is just gonna show another healthy chomp as I think the upper half of his torso is now gone.
So to show this properly, you stab him through the gut and lift him up, and Oren grabs onto his shoulders and pulls them off the blade, bites into the dude's head, throws them up above, spins, and smacks them with the tail, and they slam against the meteor and tumble off into the flames.
Whew!
Holy
Spicy.
fuck. God damn!
It's this guy's turn. He's dead.
Your favorite action?
The vampire thralls, seeing that happen, they're pretty mindless, so they're going to rush forward against Amble and make another attack.
Try me, bitch.
Natural 20.
No!
What
That misses this time! That misses this time! Fuck
What
you!
vampire god did you piss off, Kip?
Apparently all of them.
Alright,
Fuck.
so with the short sword, you take 15 piercing damage.
Oh,
Ouch.
as
is
they
fine.
get a deep cut into you.
This is fine.
Amp, it's your turn.
Much like before, I'm just gonna go right behind, flanking them. It's stabby time.
It's stabby time.
All right, 21 to hit
That hits.
the first one, and 19 to hit in the second one.
All right. Yeah, this dude was hit before, so that'll do it. So just 2 quick stabs, one into the square of his back. You use it as a handle to pull them back, and then stab them again in the front of the chest. And you just tear both out at the same time, and they just collapse over.
Ugh. Fuck.
And a calm takes over.
Well, a gentle crackle of a fire that we're standing next to.
Like a raging inferno.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm glad I bought the healing potions. Drink up, you two. Damn.
Ugh.
Are y'all gonna
That
use the potion?
sucked. I don't really need to.
I'll take
Epic
out
Gamer pro tip: save the potions.
Oh no.
one. I'll take one out, and then God has spoken to me, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna hold this off. For
Y'all just drink them so fast.
I would like to scuttle over to the non-vampiric looking piece of shit, the more handsome gentleman.
Yeah.
Gonna flip him over, see if like I could recognize him, and of course dig through his pocket.
You flip over the legs.
That's right. Where is the other half of him?
In the fire.
Is there any pockets to these legs?
Make an investigation check.
Wait, would you say with advantage because he doesn't have a top half?
What? Dude, it's not how rolls work.
13.
Because you could just look right into
You
the
find,
pockets.
you find a little side satchel with around 10 gold in it.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna
Alright.
cast Goodberry because they good.
They good. It's a
They in
I mean,
fact berry.
technically speaking, Goodberry is just straight up better than the healing potions because it's a guaranteed 10 HP.
Pretty much.
Fun fact.
So, Oren's gonna come back down and I'll feed her. Well, actually, Vin, how many hit points did you lose?
4, friend.
All right, well, you're gonna have 4.
Yay! I eat 4 berries.
You're back to max HP.
Oh yeah!
I'll,
Thanks, Dragonborn friend.
anytime, as I give Oren 4, and I'll take the last 2.
So, you all notice at this point the fire is spreading. But the snow does seem to be, like, counteracting it a little bit. Not much, though. What are y'all doing?
Amble,
Yes.
you can breathe ice, correct?
But to be a fighter and put out all this, I can try.
Or well, you don't have to knock out all this. I think the big ticket items in there. I'm gonna point towards the meteor.
He's got a point.
Well, let's not waste, as I guess I'm gonna carefully go across these other 2 flames and come up to the meteor and I guess start doing a little my breath weapon.
You see now, there's a steep incline as it's cratered the ground. So you slip between these 2 flames and slide against the loose dirt. And yeah, in one big exhale, it's a 15-foot cone, right?
Yes. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna be
Let's see.
I didn't think it was gonna be that good.
It's like that, almost.
God damn, you could knock out a lot of it.
Yeah, so in one massive exhale of ice, you manage to counteract the flames that are surrounding it, and the ice doesn't last, because this is a hot rock. But it's not an open flame anymore. And you can see it's blackened, smooth rock, some gleaming, shining bits in places. I need Veneria and Amble to make Arcana or History checks.
Definitely either one. Arcana, let's go. 22, baby.
And Amble?
I'm just gonna roll history, even though it's gonna be the same either way. A big old 11.
Amble, this is a rock.
Nice. I know a
Veneria.
rock. No, I know this is a space rock.
Veneria, you recognize the visual of the meteor, and you remember reading a long time ago of a material commonly used in enchantments known as star metal, which is harvested from meteorites that rarely land on the northern side of the Wildwoods.
Her eyes are like fireworks upon this discovery.
And you'll notice on the ground in the crater, now that the flames have died down around the meteor, what looks like mining equipment, once carried by the vampire thralls.
Oh, well, that's good.
I think we
Wow.
know that right here. Shit.
Guys,
Yes.
especially Imp,
Yes.
this is star metal.
Oh,
I don't suppose I'm familiar with star metal, am I?
You've heard of star metal. You just heard that it's a very rare, very valuable, and high demand metal that is commonly used in enchantments. You know Avar, and the entire time you've known him, has only worked with it a few times.
Okay, yep. I like shiny, I like expensive, I like rare. Let's let's help ourselves a little bit. Yep.
how about you guys get to work? I'll go get the wagon.
Keep watch too.
Well, of course. As I gesture over to Warren, and we're gonna make our way over to the wagon.
My minus
And-
1 strength ass is picking up a pickaxe.
Same, and I'm just. She actually, like. The head of the pickaxe is, like, still on the ground. She's like, I don't think I can do this.
You want to give Imp advantage?
Yes.
I'm just yelling at a distance. Put your back into it.
So, Imp, make a strength check at advantage.
Okay, oh boy, this is gonna be a shit show. 9.
Just to point out, the first one was a 0.
Yeah.
You're at it for about 10 minutes. And
I
you
flipped
literally...
a rock, by the way.
You
last
flipped
session.
a rock. You flipped a rock last session, but you did not make a dent so far. And it's kind of like, you're getting nowhere here.
I would imagine within 10 minutes.
Ammo!
I would imagine within 10 minutes I'm back with the wagon.
Yeah,
At least-
you would have set up and, taken some time to extinguish some of the other flames.
Your turn!
Yeah, so yeah, I would come back down and be like,
You wanna give
I'd
this a go?
yeah, this seems like you're gonna have a little trouble, so might as well put my arm into it.
Make a
Can I
strength
give-
check at advantage.
Yay!
So we're gonna switch
Actually, do you
this
have
over-
athletics proficiency? You can use athletics if you have athletics.
No, I don't see any.
You're a soldier, right?
Yes. It's not in my
No,
proficiency.
it is. It's in your
Is-
skills. It's right there.
Right where?
In your skills.
Right.
Oh,
Where it says athletics.
Re. So,
Go ahead and make an athletics check at advantage.
well, I mean, athletics and strength. I mean, it's the same.
It's not. Athletics is a +3, your strength is a +0.
Okay, well,
There you go.
good old 16.
16!
So how long are y'all going to be going at this?
Like a fucking hour?
How about say we got time? It
All right.
seems. Because we were literally just gonna we're gonna push our way a little bit just to get a little farther, so our trip's a little shorter the next day. No,
Mhm.
we're on a goal now.
Yeah.
Are we able
going-
to...
Well, I'd like to say while Amble's doing that, I'm going to attempt to go through whatever remains of corpses I can to see if there's like any either like money or any the plot significant.
Make an
items.
investigation check. Meanwhile, with Veneria's Arcana check that she rolled, she manages to point out where the largest vein would be in the meteor, and after a course of an hour, you get around of usable metal. You get around 10 pounds.
That's significant.
Shit. That is not a small amount.
It's very dense metal, so it's not like a huge chunk, but it's still
heavy.
10 pounds worth.
Yeah.
Some gold, probably. Rolled 17 on that investigation check, by the way.
You don't find anything of plot significance, but you do find one minor healing potion on one of the more noble-looking ones, and you find a total of 27 more gold.
Hell yes.
All right.
Vin would also be putting out, like... Would the flames still have been spreading?
Slowly, with the main source of the flames dissipated, being the meteor, and just the sheer heat emanating from it, it wouldn't be spreading as fast, but it would have slowed significantly.
I guess she'd just be trying to put it out where she can with what prestidigitation she can.
Yeah, you could extinguish a bonfire-sized flame with prestidigitation, so every now and then just do it by sections over the course of around 30 minutes. You can put it all out.
Yeah, she would probably be doing that then. Because fire's scary.
Let me just do the math real quick. You cast prestidigitation 180 times.
Oh.
Yeah, she'd just be fucking snapping.
Like Spider-Man walking down the street.
That's accurate.
Now we need emo Vin.
You have it.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh god.
So, you now stand in a crater with 10 pounds of star metal, unrefined, with the burnt, charred corpses of more vampires in the middle of the field as the snow has begun to slowly pile up over where there was once flame.
I'm
What do y'all
surprised
do?
nobody else has come looking for this, because I feel like it would have obviously made the ground shake.
Y'all are in
Kind of
relatively the
nowhere.
middle of nowhere,
I guess that's true.
so no one has
Huh.
come really. Anyone that
Is
has
there
is
any-
still on their way.
It's pretty late. Is there anything stopping us from setting up camp here?
Not if you want to.
I feel like we should probably be a little away from the burning rock.
Just in case, like, they did attract someone, I'd say we get a good bit away before setting up camp.
Fair.
I mean, we can try to keep within distance, but yeah, I feel like a big burning ball in the sky, and it already attracted these fucks. It'd probably be best to be a little bit away.
yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Did we put the metal like in just a bag, like just a burlap sack or something?
Yeah. Who wants to carry it?
Yo.
All right.
Veneria has claimed it, being the one that identified it.
All right.
I'm gonna wrap that thing up in my old not double-sided cloak. Just
Your less
to make
cool
it,
cloak.
yeah, just to make it look as inconspicuous as possible.
Okay.
That's smart.
You now have come across a very precious material.
No kidding.
And it only cost a little vampirism.
You all make your way north,
Which
further
I-
away from the meteor, and set
Would
up
I be
camp for
able-
the night.
Would I be able to talk to him and be like, yeah, since they bit me, and you kind of had a little bit of that situation, what am I gonna... Is there anything I'm gonna notice?
Well, if you find out that the sun sucks a lot more than it already does, then yeah, you got it. If not, then you're probably fine.
Nice. So, in the morning.
Yep.
Nice.
You all rest for the night. And even with the excitedness of that encounter, you all rest well, except for the usual suspect.
Hi, how you doing?
Morning comes, and Amble, the sun doesn't suck, but you still feel kind of uneasy. You do not regenerate your 6 max HP yet.
But at least my -6 max HP.
Yeah, you're up to max -6.
Yeah.
Not to interject your Tao, but I'd just like to say, while the other two are like getting up, I'm already awake. I'm kind of like a bit of ways from where we're camping, just kind of sitting on the ground, looking out over to the horizon, just meditating, I suppose, as much as one can.
You all see Imp doing that.
Is it snowy?
It is. There is a light snowfall.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you think this is amazing, just wait till we get up to the Icefangs. There's a lot more. I promise.
Oh boy. So, is there anything y'all want to do, or are you just going to continue north?
After that excitement, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how far are we up here? Have we passed the crossroads between
No,
Icefangs and Ironlock?
you're. If you look on the map,
Which you
you're
need to
just
change.
about 3 hexes north of Meyerfall.
Oh. So, yeah, I'd say we keep heading our way up, and then, yeah, once we hit to the crossroads of Icefangs and Ironlock, I'm gonna be looking over to the east a little bit, kind of stop and just kind of look at the valley off in the distance.
And you do so. As you make it up further north between the mountain range, between the Icefangs and the Ironrock Valley, the large gap between them, you can see far into the Ironrock Valley, but you can't see Ironlock itself. It's very low to the ground. It's not a massive, high-rise kind of city. And what you could see is obscured by, in the distance, by snowfall, so you don't see much, but you do see the vast expanse where it's nothing but snow between these two parallel mountain ranges. But you take a turn to the west and curve around into the Icefangs and begin heading south. And you realize, Amble, you knew this, but Imp and Veneria, there's good reason why it's called the Icefangs, as the mountain ranges are pointed, sharp, like fangs towards each other. Like, the mountains are sharp almost. They look sharp. They're very triangular. I'm bad at describing. I'm not.
They look abnormally like sharp and unweathered.
Yeah, they look very unnatural almost. And they're all covered.
They
in
are some
snow.
fierce ass looking mountains.
Yes, and they're pointed towards each other, like teeth getting
Damn.
ready to bite.
Badass.
That's actually a pretty sick ass visual.
And you see way off in the distance what looks like a little faint trail of smoke beginning to rise over the horizon. You can't quite see the town yet, but you can see signs of life in the town. And before long, you make your way to the entrance. It's a familiar sight for you, Amble.
Very.
Bitter. And we're going to take a quick break.
Alright.
Hooray!
So, do you all wish to proceed?
No!
Yes.
Scary.
I'd say yes, and I am inverting my cloak.
Ah, interesting.
The cloak is
yes,
inverted.
let us begin. For the second time.
So,
I
you make your...
I feel like
go
I'm
ahead.
going to be a little hesitant to start making our way, but, you know, with the companionship of the two friends, and the girl. We're gonna make our way through.
All right. You make your way in through the front of the town. I see there's military outposts on the north and on the south. Just, marking people as they come in, making sure they're not spies or the like, So they give you a nod as you enter. It's not a huge town. But it's still bustling. There's folks, all types of folks. You see a lot of dwarves in this town. A lot of the hardy folk. White Dragonborn, Silver Dragonborn, and the like. Those used to the more rough temperatures. I'm assuming y'all are going to make your way towards some sort of inn or tavern.
Absolutely. Actually, we're gonna have to find a horse stable.
All right.
Oh, yes.
To drop off the wagon and the horses.
So you find
get
your
to?
way to the stable. You see an abnormally small building.
What?
What do you do?
I turn away, and we're gonna go to the inn first. No, gonna approach
What
it.
does the bill? Tao.
I'm just gonna have a sigh, and just approach.
What do you do?
I approach the stable, and I'm gonna knock on the door, just expecting for the worst.
Yeah, come in.
I'm gonna take a quick second to be like, oh, whew, wow, okay, and then enter in the door, the small door.
You see a gnome, but they look pretty young. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Oh,
That's
just
not
got-
off-putting.
we just got into town and looking for a place to let our horses in our little wagon here for the time.
Yeah, I can take care of that for you. How long you gonna keep him here?
No more than a week. Honestly, we're
2
not
gold
sure.
then.
2 gold?
2 gold. If you need to come back and extend the time, just let me know.
Yeah, okay. As I hand him 2 gold.
All right. Have a good
Cool.
time in not Ironlock, the Icefangs. Remember, if you need horses, come here.
I know you just said horses, but it sounded like you said if you need Norses.
No, that's in Silvarn. Alright.
Excuse me, where?
The Western continent. Yeah, you drop off the horses and you make your way towards the inn. Oh god.
Oh, jeez.
Pardon me.
Oh no, Tao turned into a horse.
For those that are not aware, my diaphragm has a mind of its own. It makes that noise sometimes. Okay. You all make your way into the inn. And it's very quaint. It's not huge. There's like a guy in the corner playing a lute. It's not amazing, but it's something to fill the silence. There's a dwarven gentleman behind the bar. And it's pretty empty. Besides that, a couple figures around. A couple soldiers.
What time is it?
At this point in time, it would be pretty late in the day. So maybe 6 p.m.
Would I recognize any of the soldiers?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, perception. Good old 21.
You notice like they look familiar, but they're not anyone you've directly met and had a long conversation with. You might have worked with them in passing. It's hard to remember.
Okay. Probably just gonna go up to the barkeep and try to find a room for the night or week.
Hey, you want a room for the week?
Yeah, that's the plan, at least right now. It might be a little shorter, might be a little later.
Are you with those two over there? Is they separate from his...
Two? Are you
Pointing
talking
to
about-
Imp and Veneria.
Oh, Yes, they're with me.
Are they gonna be in separate rooms, or do you want a room for 3?
Guys,
What?
I'm gonna be gesturing you guys over. Come on.
Oh, okay.
I got a question.
Yeah, what?
1 room or 3 or 2?
Well, I don't give a fuck.
I also don't give a fuck.
Whatever's cheapest.
Yeah, that's a good
Cheapest
idea.
would be 1 room that holds 3. That would be 2 gold for the week. If you wanted the individual rooms, that'd be 3 gold for the week.
Nah, I'm fine with the 2, and she puts down 2 gold.
Much obliged.
Okay.
Roomies.
Now, you like anything to drink? Y'all look like you've been weathered by the weather.
Something to warm me up.
Yeah,
Got
that
it.
sounds nice.
Now, what level of temperature are you looking here? Are you looking... I have no analogy. How messed up do you want to get?
Surprise me.
That's a mistake.
I'll just take an ale.
Roy pours a glass of ale for Imp,
I'll
And
take
then-
mead.
a glass of spiced wine for Veneria,
Hell yeah.
and for Amble, he pulls
A
out this jug,
Oh.
and in this single shot glass pours out this very viscous, syrupy liquid into it, and just kind of sits it down and slides it forward.
Is this really all you're gonna give me?
You said surprise you.
It's just Drano, plot twist.
All right. I guess I'm
So
gonna
for
take it
the-
and take the shot.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey.
19. Let's go.
Nice. Okay, you don't instantly pass out. But you are very intoxicated. To describe the flavor, there's no flavor. Your mouth is on fire.
Ooh.
And as you swallow, it burns. And then in your stomach, you feel it burns. You don't know why you would want to drink this. And then you realize how dizzy you're getting. You are close to blackout drunk.
You are white girl wasted right now, my
That is
friend.
just poison. That is just straight up fucking poison you just
He
drank.
gave you straight Everclear.
Yeah, and then some. It's Everclear with a little dip of fucking
Acetone.
There ain't shit clear about this. It's like fucking Evershade. It's like the
He
evil
gave you
twin
rocket
brother.
fuel. You just ingested rocket fuel, my
You just
friend.
Actually, yeah, that
scrape.
sounds about right.
You just scraped like the fucking sludge out of like someone's like a car like oil pan, and you just drank that.
Damn.
You
What
know
a
what?
champion.
That
You
sounds
septic
probably
tank.
about right.
Do you regret the surprise yet?
Not yet. But that was
I'm loving
pretty
it,
good.
honestly.
It's my own brew.
You do a mighty fine job then.
Care to give it a try?
Hell no.
Then sips the
Oh,
wine.
come on there, Imp. What's one shot gonna do to you? Come on.
That, I'm gonna gesture to all of Amble. All of that. All of that. I don't want any of that.
Come on, buddy. What? Live a little. Come on.
I'm
Come
living plenty enough
on.
right here, and I'm just gonna.
I'm sure you don't want to succumb to peer pressure.
Now that's not very nice.
Alright.
Can I grab?
Eventually she goes to bed, as do the other two.
No. I'm gonna grab a shot and then just like walk over to the other
I'm
soldiers
not
and be like,
another one.
guys, who wants to take a challenge?
Regret.
the soldiers just sitting across the room.
Yeah.
They all kind of look towards you.
Come on, guys.
You actually
like
drinking
old
that guy's
times?
stuff?
Oh, it's not that bad. Come on.
They all give each other a look.
What, you gonna fucking chicken out?
No. Well, we have work tomorrow.
Oh, in the Icefangs? Really? Come on, who's joking here?
Amble.
Well, given the recent vampire attacks, we kind of have to stay sharp there, friend.
You don't say. You, care to tell me a little more about these fucking vampire fucks?
Sir, are you okay? I think you might need to rest.
Oh, at this point, I've already dropped the fucking the shot because obviously no one's gonna drink it. But I want to hear this story and be like, no. I'm feeling a little happy, but you know, I want to hear this story that you got.
Well, it's not much of a story. Just our caravans have been sailed every now and then, going in or out from the Icefangs. Sometimes trade caravans from Mirefall, Winterhaven, and the like. They've been very active lately. Not sure why, not sure where they're coming from. We're looking into it, but there's not much we can do.
Well, yeah, you know, that sounds pretty good now. You guys just do your job. You know, you guys got it. It's the Icefangs after all.
That is what we're trying to do there, friend.
What else is there here to do? Am I right? I'm right. Hey, we're going to give him finger guns and slowly walk away.
You hear them mutter themselves? Is that a veteran?
Vin walks up to Amble and just goes, Amble.
I'm just watching this.
Yeah.
Just fucking backhands the shit out of him. Just the fuck out of him. Just backhands his ass.
It doesn't hurt at all because 7 strength.
I just love tapped him.
I was gonna say, can I accept the saving throw and just pass the fuck out there?
Well, it's too gentle to actually cause that, so no.
It's kind of like just
She whacked one of your horns.
Can I make a sound?
Yeah, she's just like, ow.
You can certainly try. Make a performance check.
Oh no!
Come on, channel that inner Perrin. Do it.
Yeah, with a -1. Let's do this.
Hell yeah.
Yes, 1.
Dude, unnatural 1? Crazy. You pretend to pass out, but like you don't stop laughing or close your eyes, so you're just on the ground laughing.
Oh, Finn! Oh my god!
Okay, he's cracked.
While this is happening, I'm gonna roll up to those same guards. And, like, I swear, I'm not with him. Look,
He totally is. He's with both of us, by the way.
Look, we're new in town.
You could tell.
Yeah, we got a little bit of business here. With the lord of the area, Roderick, I think's his name.
Yeah, off to the west.
Yeah. Is the place hard to miss?
Not at all. The Serenity Estate is not more than 10 minutes walk west of town, near at the base of the mountain range.
Thank you. And I'm gonna
Anytime.
I'm a little
Thank you, kind sir.
wave and then scoot off to the fucking mess that is on the floor now, in the shape of an amble.
I can't pick him up. She's like tugging on his arm.
Imp, the floor is really good.
Alright, well, can we, like, just attempt to 2-man, like, just fireman carry, like, or not fireman carry, but, like, just pick him up, like, one of us gets one shoulder, the other gets the other.
Yeah, you'll manage to pick him up, no problem. And as you begin going towards the stairs, the dwarf behind the counter just tosses you a key. You manage to catch it with one hand.
Thank you.
It's the third room on the right.
Thank you. I like to imagine as we're going up the stairs, it's just thunk, 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 thunk,
Bye,
like
bye
Amble's
little
feet just
funny
dragging.
man.
Yes, feet dragging.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
I hope so.
Deposit him into a bed as soon as we get in there.
Yeah, it's the 3-bedroom room. It's not. I mean, when he says it's the
You
3
worded
bed,
that so weird.
it's like 2 beds. It's like it's a 2-bedroom apartment, but there's 2 beds in one of the rooms, and a couch.
Here's a
No,
question.
I was expecting you to say, "Oh yeah, it's just a 2-queen bed with a pull-out couch."
Here's the real question, though. What's up with Orin here?
Orin would have been at the stables
Oh, okay, so she's getting kept at the stables. Okay.
for the time being.
She don't like that. She wants to be back.
She too big.
She is. She don't know that yet.
You just see Orin's like head poking in through the door, but she can't fit through the door frame.
Big baby.
All right, you all rest for the night.
Spell slots!
Yeah, and I mean you got those back after the vampire fight.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
So,
Well, we know who didn't sleep.
I'd say I'm kind of just like, when the other two wake up, I am sitting in like a chair that's in the corner, kind of like just rocked back on the back two legs, kind of just tossing a dagger in like one hand, just up catching it over and over.
You toss it up, vanishes. Toss another one up.
One of my real
vanishes.
daggers, not
Oh,
the,
so
the
it's-
ghosty boys.
So it's actually one of my daggers. I see how it is.
No, I have 2 normal daggers still.
I mean, I still have a dozen daggers. Actually, no, I have 11 daggers.
Yes, but I'm saying is I'm throwing one of my real daggers up and just kind of catching it, kind of just.
Yeah. Absent-mindedly.
Mm.
And Amble, you wake up and you are hungover.
What, I don't have to make another Constitution saving throw?
Roll a d4.
Oh boy.
Roll for vomit.
You are hungover for 4 hours.
Ouch!
During this time, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Ouch!
Yeah, you tempted that, Kip. You are.
Ouch!
You tempted that.
Ah! I guess I'm gonna wake up and just feel this and be like, ah! Fuck!
She wakes up.
At least you didn't enter a catatonic state.
Very
Ah.
true. Vin wakes up, looks at you, Imp, and is like, what time is it?
Fuck if I know. Early.
Nope. Okay. She goes back to sleep.
Y'all have a nice lazy morning. But the day is yours. What do y'all do?
Rest off my hangover for 4 hours.
Fair enough. You chill and vibe for 4 hours, and your hangover passes eventually, but you still have a mild headache.
While he is vibing, KJ, do you want to do anything with the Vin and Imp, or?
If you have anywhere you need to go, she'd tag along.
I guess all I'm doing is, I guess I'm gonna scoot out in the town and kind of just like, I'm gonna swing by that estate and just kind of scout the place out.
All right.
Yeah, she'd follow along, just kind of stand on the outside of it, I suppose.
It's this massive estate with a big stone fence surrounding it. Very elegant craftsmanship all around. You see a depiction of the Icefangs, like an emblem embedded in the gate. It's this massive 3-4-story manor with a massive dome glass roof on the top.
She's
And-
taking one look, and she's just like, gaudy, ostentatious, extravagant. This is definitely the home of the Lord.
Oh yeah, we're in the right place.
You see scattered around. There's no trees because Lamau.
Honestly,
Fucking
same.
what?
But there's like ornamental stones that look like they were placed just to make the landscape a bit more lively. It's
Do
a
you thi-
very nice, quaint looking. Well, not quaint at all. Very extravagant home.
Do you think we should wait for our Dragonborn friend before we come in?
Oh, absolutely. I just wanted to see. Well, first of all, I wanted to get to make sure I know what this place looks like and how to get to it. And secondly, I like to keep a back door open in case shit goes south. You know, I want to be able to see if I can get the hell out. Here's a question, Tao. I don't suppose I'd be able to tell from the outside just peering in. Is there any of those, like, manholes that were similar to the estate in Solundist on the property?
You get the feeling that this place isn't advanced enough to have aqueducts.
Aqueducts, that I figured. Okay.
And if there were, they would be frozen.
Good point. Alright. Yeah, I think we should go check on the big lug, see if he's
Slept it off.
feeling more alive.
Jump cut
No.
over to me in the room, just like,
Yeah.
Just put an Alka-Seltzer in a bottle.
I don't know. I say as we're walking back though, like, so, what do you feel about all this? Like, I don't know. If this feels sketchy to me, and then some.
I mean, it's about the only lead we got.
Yeah, but the fact that there's a lead at all is troubling. You know, I just
We're never going to find out if we don't try and take a step forward.
don't want that step forward to be right into the fucking to a pitfall. So
I'll get that.
we just
So
I
we'll go about it as cautiously as you desire.
all right, good. I like that. Okay, neat. Okay, let's
Just relax, Imp. It can't be that bad.
It can always go that bad, trust me. And my
All
line
right,
of work,
Mr. Doom and Gloom.
look,
She
in my
just
line of work,
laughs.
when it can't always go that bad. When that bad equals you fucking dead, I tend to worry. So,
I can't argue that
Yeah.
logic, she says, going up the stairs.
you'll forgive me for being cautious. And then I'm gonna scoot up behind her. Just guess we're going to go check on our very hungover friend.
As you approach, you see a figure in the hallway actually standing outside your door, about to knock.
Don't bother. Don't bother. Guy in there's hungover as shit. What's up?
You see a human gentleman, short, brown hair, short beard. I was like, oh, I got word of 3 that entered town. Are you the ones from Solundist?
Yes?
He reaches a hand out towards you. Rowan Humphrey, I'm the squire of Lord Roderick.
You sent the letter. And
I did.
She extends a hand out.
Nice firm handshake.
Veneria Rosario.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Glad to see you all made it to the town all right. I got word from some of the town guard that you arrived, and I figured I would let you know that we're planning on having the grand feast, so to speak, later on this week in around 4 days.
Right. Would this Lord Roderick, would he does he care for an audience with us beforehand, or should we save that for the feast itself?
If there's anything in specific you'd like to speak with him about, we can ask and see if he can free up parts of his schedule, but it'd be best for later on.
We'll make it 4 days then.
Alright, that gives us plenty of time to prepare. Was there any questions you had about the town? I'd be glad to help.
Imp?
Real quick, as I roll my 16, I would imagine that I'm hearing commotion outside our door.
You're hearing a conversation.
I'm gonna get up and kind of get to the door and open it up. I would imagine it's
Still a bit
not-
hungover.
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh god, oh, hey guys, who are you?
I am Rowan Humphrey, squire of Lord Roderick. It's a pleasure to meet you. I presume that you had a rough night. Sorry to see.
Yeah, I haven't had a night like that since service, but my mistake. But Amble,
Amble, it's a pleasure to meet you. He offers a handshake.
as I give one out as well. Is it firm?
It's very firm.
Oh yes.
It's got big, strong hands.
I'm actually impressed, even with a hangover.
I forget, did anyone have questions for him?
I did have a bit of a question. Look, we're all a bit. We've only recently just met, and we weren't expecting, to be having much of an audience with anyone, especially not this soon.
Understandable.
I don't mean to pry too much, but how exactly did word about us get out all the way out to here?
Oh, well, all of the lords of the region keep in close contact with each other. Quite honestly, we heard it from some of the other associates in Solendist, some of the other merchant lords, and we wanted to celebrate the occasion, as well as I put in the note, speak with you about your encounters with the Clockwork Soldiers. You went toe-to-toe against them and survived. That's insane. It's very valuable information.
I mean, excuse my rudeness, but that all sounds a little shady. Like, we weren't trying to be showboaty about it or anything, and especially if it seems like it's drawn concern or at least notice of the merchants that, like, it just doesn't seem right to me.
I think he's just what he's trying to say is that it just seems a bit odd that all of a sudden three random folks would just get plucked out because they happen to have a unlucky encounter with one of them soldiers that just went a bit nuts. But regardless, thank you for the information. We're just a bit curious, confused. So clearing up some of the fog is nice and all.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll try to provide any information we can when it's useful.
That'd be much appreciated. Well, I have to get back to the estate, so it's a pleasure meeting you three. I'll inform Lord Roderick of your arrival.
Send Roderick our regards for his welcome, at least. Thank you.
But of course. I'll see you all in a couple days. And he leaves.
Guys, we're seeing him in a couple days?
I guess so.
Oh, okay. You guys wouldn't have to bring any aspirin back?
Finish
What's
aspirin.
Okay, out of character. I totally fucking forgot that the letter was about the Clockwork Soldiers, and I was about to be like, how did you know that we killed the other merchant lord? Like, just straight up. I'm so glad I caught myself. Oh my god.
Oh boy. You get a brownie point for remembering.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oof. Anyways. Yeah. How you feeling?
Look like shit.
Yep. So now we know. Don't try whatever the fuck that guy is making.
You're a
You
big
hear
dumb
from
idiot.
downstairs.
Hey.
This guy must be new. I don't remember him the last time I was here.
You talking about that Squire guy?
No, the bartender. I mean...
Amble, you had kind of a wild ride last night. You took one and you were done, friend.
Yeah, I can feel it.
In your bones?
Yes. It hurts.
Good. Good. You big, dumb, dragonborn... God damn it.
I'm basically...
Beautiful insult. Oh,
I'm
pinnacle.
basically gonna swing the door wide open for them and just, like, crawl back in the bed and just be like...
I stay here today, he said in a somber tone.
Well, even Roderick and something just doesn't seem right. I even being stationed here, there was no talk of this lord, or it just doesn't seem. Something doesn't seem right.
I mean, Amble, you you weren't really stationed to deal with the lords, so it doesn't really make sense for you to know of them.
I mean, if they're like, I would imagine like there would be a talks of like, oh yeah, Roderick, fucking, I don't know, walked down the street today, because we're in the. I can't stress this enough. We're in the fucking Icefangs. There's nothing here.
There's a
That's
bustling
true.
town with mining operations and soldier outposts.
I want to find somebody to assess the value of the star medal.
Yeah, you know how boring mining is? Very.
Okay, but do you know
did it
how
for an hour.
lively it is for like 8 people to like get really plastered after they just spent all day mining? That's a lively bar.
Tao,
Yes.
do you want us to go mining?
If you want
Amble's
to
had
go
his fill of
mining,
that.
then go ahead.
I'm going to pass.
No,
As in character, don't fucking bring the work to me, because I ain't gonna do it for the both of you.
Vin.
Yes.
Look, what you got there? That's star metal. That shit's expensive. It's rare,
Yes.
and it is a hot ticket item. My advice: when you're dealing with something that big, you want to know how to, how to fence it properly and how to get it appraised properly without drawing too many eyes. So, do your research. Ask around town a little bit. See if you could find someone who's of a bit higher caliber when it comes to working with metal. Someone who, values. And I'm one to talk, considering how unprofessional my occupation of choice is. But find someone who's a professional who values their, their reputation more than selling someone out.
I'm sorry, I blanked out there. Can you repeat all of that information?
Just
Just
make sure you show that to someone who's
Zenira,
fucking
you
knows
take
their
22
shit.
points of force damage.
No, she nods understandingly and is like, don't worry, I will find someone to get it properly appraised.
Good. And I am gonna. I guess I'm gonna slip out past Vin and kind of just venture out of the bar. I'm gonna strike out in the town and doing my own thing.
What you gonna be trying to do? Rob people?
Well, of course. Have you met me? I'd say I want to try to pick some pockets, but also I want to. This is a weird question. What's the seediest looking fucking shady place I could find here in terms of like a bar?
Clearly,
There's
we're
this
in it.
tiny dive bar that has room for like maybe 5 people, and the roof is broken, and there is snow inside the building.
Is this an actual bar? Or is it just a fucking abandoned
There is a
place?
bartender there. There's a dwarf who has snow in his beard.
Well, actually, before I roll with this, Solundist is the only place that has like a true like thieves guild, correct?
To your knowledge, yeah.
To my knowledge, okay. Alright. I'm gonna slip into this bar, and do I see any other shady ass patrons?
You see an old guy, a human around maybe 65-ish, gray hair, but he looks super built, and he's wearing an eye patch and has this tankard of what at first looks like ale, but you discern that that's just an entire tankard of whiskey. Okay.
Yo!
It is noon. And that's the
Fuck.
only other person in the building besides the dwarf, who is just sitting there with his eyes closed, with snow in his hair and beard.
Alright, that is not what I was expecting. I know you just established the scene, Tao, but I am walking right back out. Because, oh god, that is not what I was...
As you turn, you hear the dwarf. And the door closes with a loud creak, and you see it kind of just go off kilter as one of the hinges breaks.
Alright, well, so much for finding a fellow thief in hand here.
The seediest
Congratulations.
place.
like I was trying to like see if there's any sort of like criminal activity I can get in on here, but oh geez, if that guy is the only source, Mister, I'm drinking an entire like fucking jug of whiskey. I don't want anything of what he has to offer. So,
Oh god.
I think you dodged a bullet.
my 4'10" ass, oof, he would crush me like a goddamn like soda can.
Lamau.
Anyways,
I was gonna say what's the worst that's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure that's that.
my spine would get removed.
Oh boy.
Anyways, on the way back though, is there like a marketplace to the Icefangs?
There's a couple general stores, but no like open market.
Is there any semi-obnoxiously wealthy people that I could pickpocket?
Make a perception check.
Make a perception check.
Number
I will make
15.
number
Perception
15.
check.
Natural 20, 26.
So
What's going on?
it's hard to tell one's wealth, especially when everyone's mainly just dressing for utility over fashion. But you notice amongst one of the crowds, one person's pocket with a bit more coin than everyone else's.
I'm gonna scoot right up to that gentleman, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm gonna attempt to use mind blink to
Alright.
make it sound like someone is, like just out of earshot, maybe like to the left or right of them, is being like, "Hey, you there!" Like just calling out to him, try to draw his attention.
Make a
while I slip
deception
up
check.
behind him. Alright. Shit. I'm start dumping points into charisma. 14.
Good enough. You see he gets distracted for a moment.
And I'm going to try and snag in that coin purse.
Make sleight of hand at advantage.
28.
Oh god.
Yoink.
Yikes.
You thieving bastard.
At 28. What coin purse? Where did it go?
Did I even have one?
They don't even notice it's gone. They just like look over, it's like, okay, and go back to their conversation.
And I'm gonna just slip it into one of the, oh god, how many fucking pockets and pouches do I have on me? But I'm gonna slip it into one of those and just make my way back to the inn with a little cheery skip in my step.
Add 20 platinum to your inventory.
Oh!
Oh,
Jesus!
jeez.
Here's 200 gold. Bitch! Okay.
You've been rolling great, dude. You got a nat 20 for a 26, but you beat the very hard 25 DC. And you got a 28, which also beats the 25 DC.
Is it actually a 25?
It varies depending on how high you roll, how much you get.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's insane. Okay.
I'm back in my the room with the rest of them, and I'm busting out that satchel accountant and be like, "What's up?"
The imp. Where the fuck did you get that?
It's a great question.
I'm just rubbing my fucking hands all over my head, just like.
You'll live. Yeah. I'm gonna flick a platinum over to Amble.
I can't fucking deal with this. I ain't gonna, he's not gonna ask any questions, but he will take that platinum.
There you go.
Yes, KJ?
I'm going to find a high quality appraiser.
Make an investigation check.
You got it. It's not gonna be great though. Oh wait, yes it is. It's so-so.
You ask
It's
around.
Would I be able to kind of help with that role and just be kind of like, oh well, if you're gonna look for, an appraiser of metals, like since this is a mining town or whatnot, kind of look in this direction?
With a 12, it's not. I mean, it isn't renowned, the Icefangs, for their expertise, and you're not able to find anyone specifically that would have the level of talent required to discern it properly. At least not with confidence.
Balls. I'm gonna hold on to my shiny rock.
Unrefined shiny rock. At this point, you'll do your business around the Icefangs, make your preparations, and I need to change the music.
Oh, not the mysterious, dark, and brooding music. Oh,
Yeah, crazy.
we're gonna get some plot notes here. Oh boy.
Late in the night. Amble. You hear a faint knocking on the front door.
Is anyone else here then?
There's Imp and Veneria, but they are both asleep as you roused from your slumber.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna slowly, quietly, not disturbing anyone else, like silently go to the door and kind of peep to see what that is.
You open up a crack, and you don't see anyone immediately outside the door. But you do see a figure walking down the stairs and exiting the inn.
Do I see anything in the hall then?
You see nothing in the hall.
Can I go down the steps and... I would assume the bartender's still there?
Certainly.
Hey, who was that?
One of the soldier folks.
Really? Did you,
I didn't pay too much mind to them. They've had a room here for a while.
Alright, thanks. I'm gonna go out the door and kind of see if I can catch a glimpse of him.
As you open the door and peer out, you watch them make a turn towards the back end of the inn.
Would it be too late to try to hunter mark him?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You just barely caught the glimpse of them turning the corner.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going.
You exit the inn and into the cold night air. Doesn't faze you much. And you're around the corner. And you see the figure walking, and they stop and turn, making eye contact for just a moment. It's hard to make any details in the dim light, but they make a short gesture to follow as they duck past directly behind the inn and out of view of the rest of the main street.
Fuck. I guess I'm gonna keep following, but with my... Yeah, I'm just gonna keep following. Very cautiously.
You turn the corner, and you see a figure that you recognize. And they speak out towards you. You three have gotten yourself in quite the heap of trouble, haven't you? And they take a step forward. Now in the light, and you recognize them, Amble. It's Jane. Just over a year ago. Shadowed figures in the middle of a storm. Amble. She was the first to die. And that's what we'll pick off next session.
What?
You bitch!
Oh,
Oh.
the fuck? You're just gonna drop that bombshell? What the fuck? Oh, damn.
I quit.
Nice. No.
I'm done. I can't handle it anymore.
Fuck.
I'm gonna roll psychic damage. That's all of it. I'm dead. I'm gonna roll a new character now.
Oh boy.
Fuck. me. God damn it.
Oh, fuck. What a send off. Damn. Oh.
Well, thank you all for watching.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Thank
we will
y'all.
see you next time on the Arcanum Genesis.
The Arcanum Genesis.
Or are we? I'm gonna be fucking dead by then, you fucking prick.